Okay, so this here is Hikari.
Hi.
She's a shamisen player, a professional shamisen player, and actually along with Kanami here, they're among the best in the world. Also, if you don't know what a shamisen is, check out the video I've linked. So Hikari just bought a brand new shamisen. It's beautiful, and it took her years of professional performances to save up for, how much was it?
だいたい150から200万の間ぐらいです。
I think most people would admit that that's a lot for a single instrument. But Kanami, how much was yours?
これが100万円ぐらい。
Maybe we'll have them compare those later, but today we want to compare the sound of the more expensive shamisen that we have here to the cheaper shamisen or shamisen-esque options that we have here. The one on the far left here is actually made out of cardboard and is the cheapest option for under $100, with the ones in the middle here being around $200, this one right here being around $300, and then we get into more real shamisen options, with this one being about $1,000 and this one being over $2,000. Probably wasn't that hard to tell that we played one of the expensive ones and one of the more affordable ones, but the question is which ones? Hikari, which one did you play first?
じゃんJapanese Shamisen.
Okay. Which one did you play second?
Second. じゃんシャバプレミア。これめっちゃ楽しかった。
So again, Kanami's shamisen is somewhere around $10,000. A lot of that cost going into the neck of the shamisen, which is made out of a wood called koki, or some people would say red sander wood. It's a really dense wood and helps the sound of the shamisen resonate quite a bit. You'll also notice that the body itself is quite thick, and by contrast, the body of this shabo is actually much smaller and thinner. Like if you put them side by side, you can really see the difference. But I personally want to see the difference between this $300 one and this like $100 cardboard one. So I'm gonna cut to black again and let's see if you can tell the difference between which one was which. I'm also kind of curious to see if they can be played in unison and how that sounds, so... How was it?
優しい音が
まろやかだね。
全然いける。
Especially this one. The bigger one has a really nice sound. We've actually sourced these recently for students because the girls have started teaching shamisen online. I'll share a little bit more about that later if you're interested. Let's do the same thing with the big ones.
Okay.
If I were to recommend either one to start, I'd definitely say this one because of the size and overall quality of it. This one is much smaller to hold and definitely won't last as long. Next, let's take a listen to the two most expensive shamisen and see if you can hear a difference between $10,000 and $15,000 to $20,000 worth in sound. That one's probably a little harder to tell the difference between, because with shamisen, as with cameras or many other things, it follows the law of diminishing returns. While the cheapest one in the mid-range, you're gonna see a pretty big difference. The high-end and the really high-end, while the price difference will be huge, the difference in sound quality to the untrained ear won't really be that big. The biggest difference in the high-end shamisen is really in the quality of the materials that are used to make them, or the craftsman and his level of skill, as well as a bunch of other really complicated factors. Typically, the shamisen built out of harder wood do sound better, but are also built to last longer. The shamisen built out of softer wood will wear out noticeably faster. Like, this is my first shamisen. It cost me about two and a half grand, and I used it for about 5 years before it started to look like this. In comparison to the shamisen that I've been using for the last 2 or so years, which still looks almost brand new. Outside of the cost though, the cheaper shamisen do have some pretty big advantages, like the synthetic skin. Real shamisen skin can rip, like the one here on my original shamisen, and to replace it would cost me as much as buying one of these, or multiple of these even. And that's with me living in Japan. Obviously, if you live overseas with shipping charges, that would be even higher. Again, I'm sure this creates more questions than it answers, so I'm gonna link an entire playlist in the description of shamisen content. All right, now just out of my own curiosity, I'm wondering how Hikari's shamisen will stand up beside the shabo over there. It's not bad. The balance sounds really good. Oh, okay, cool.
Go!
A huge thank you to Kanami and Hikari, who have not only been the heroes of today, but have also spent the last year putting together this amazing set of online shamisen lessons, which I'm gonna give you a peek at right now. Of course, it's all going to be linked down below. Those who join early get it at a lower price. Once the tiers fill up, it goes up and it'll never go back again. But thank you guys so much. What did you think? Were you able to tell the difference between any of the shamisen? Let us know down in the comments. Thank you so much for joining, and you know I will see you again
Real soon!
Nice. Very well played. All right.